Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Yep. Good evening, Bhante and everyone.
Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening.
Good evening, Bhante.
Evening, Bhante.
Good evening, Kim. All right, so 6 p.m. already. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the OPRC online power reading class, day 26. And today we will be discussing another two stanzas from the Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta. Before we get started, we're going to respect the Buddha 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tasse bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tasse bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tasse bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Right, so let's take a look at the text. Right, stanza number 5 and 6. Nidhikaṇḍa, once again, Nidhi means the hidden treasure, and Khanda is a portion, probably a selection, collection of such hidden treasures. Now, we haven't discussed about this Pali word, Sutta. Some people say Sutta, like in Sanskrit, Sutta, right? This way. Bad writing, Sutta in Sanskrit. They say sometimes Sutta.
Bhante, so it's not Sutta, is it?
No, I mean, we use the both. Normally, this is the general way how we write it, Sutta,
Sutta.
right? Sutta. But later on, some monks, what they did was they selected a couple suttas to be Paritta. They took it then Paritta, right?
Sutta.
Paritta. Now, some of the suttas were cherry pick. They cherry pick some of the suttas, so telling that these suttas have more, what do you call, power. And then when those suttas are chanted, we call them as parittas are being chanted as such. But Buddha never said, Buddha said actually his teachings, pariyaya probably. The word sutta is a word that has been used ever since the Sanghayana, first council, which was conducted after 3 months of Buddha's passing away. But if you look at one of the earliest classifications of his Dhamma teachings, you see Sutta, Gaya, Vyakarana, Gata, Udana, Vedalla, Abhuddha, Jataka. In that you see Sutta is a very particular type of teachings, but now we take it as a very general teaching, saying that whatever that is not disciplinary will become suttas. What is Abhidhamma is something taken from suttas, right? So it's kind of a very interesting thing to learn too. Anyways, Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta. All right, I'm going to read this part and I'm going to recite. Appiya vapi dayada uddharanti apassato yada punya kayo aspirate hoti sabba metam vinassati. Appiya vapi dayata uddharanti apassato yada punyakkayo hoti sabbametang vinasati. Very interesting. Actually, up until this stanza, if you go to the Tirukutta Sutta, sorry, the Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta, see now we done this stanza 2, number 3, number 4. So we are doing these 2 today. Up until this stanza, you look at, if you move up, all these stanza talk about what you call what other people did to keep their treasures, for the other generation, probably for their own benefit. But now today, the second stanza is about how to create deep treasures, going beyond the material possessions, going beyond preserving the material possessions. Because material possessions always carry dangers. Even this stanza also talks about some of the dangers that you may have, if you keep a material treasure. Even if you dig down so as to the water level and then you put them, but still it comes with some of the dangers. All right, so I'm going to be asking group 1, somebody from group 1 to read. Yeah.
Bhante, I try. Any?
Yes, Annie.
Sorry. Apiyavapidayada uddaranti apasato yada punyakayo hoti sabbametang vinasati. Yes, sorry.
Great. Group 2.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, Young. Yeah.
Okay.
Kim, I will give you the opportunity. Kim, Young raised the hand first.
Okay, no worries.
Is it okay with you?
Okay, Bhante, I try.
Okay.
Ya, yapi, dayada,
What's that?
sorry?
Can you go again?
Apiya, wabi dayada, uttaranti,
Uddharanti.
uttaranti,
Uddha. Not
utta,
utta. Uddha.
uttaranti.
You say Dhamma, right? Dhamma, Dhamma. That Uddharanti.
Ranti apa satu yata punyang kayu putih sapa metangwi nasati.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Group 3. Bailing, are you from group 3?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Apiya wapi dayada. Udaranti apa satu. Yada punya kayo hoti. Sabba metang binasati.
Sabbametang.
Sabba metang binasati.
Do you say Vinasati or Vinasati?
Binasati. Oh,
Vinasati.
binas. Also pronounce nas. Okay, binasati.
Vinasati. And what about the last word of the second line? Uddharanti.
Udaranti apa satu. Apa satu.
Yeah, you have to. There's a doubling. You see the double
Apa?
consonants. Apasato.
Apa satu.
You can't say apasato vinasati. Apasato vinasati. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Group 4. Yes. Go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Apiya wapi dayada udaranti apasato yada punya kayo hoti sabametang vinasati.
Yeah. Always, if there are 2 consonants going around, you have to pronounce both of them, because you might know separate words differently in Pali. You see here, sato, or maybe another Pali word before that. Maybe here vinasa and sati. But if there are two words, two consonants together, we call them double consonants. They have to be pronounced. Group 5. Yes, Melinda.
Thank you, Bhante. Okay, Apiya Vapi Dayada Udaranti Apasato Yada Punya Kayo Hoti Sabametang Vinasati.
Yeah, great.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then group 6. Someone from group 6. Group 7. And group 8.
May I try, Bhante?
Yes. Sinchan.
Apiya Wapi Dayada Udaranti Apasato Yada Punya Kayo Hoti Sabametang Vinasati.
Sabda.
Sabametang
See, the
Vinasati.
words you're already familiar with come up. It is not metta. Sabba metta. See?
Oh, Sabametang.
Not sabba metta. Because you know the word Pali metta. Yeah. Sabba metta vinasati.
Sabametang
Would you like
Vinasati.
to repeat again? The
Sabametang.
whole stanza.
Okay. Apiya Wapi Dayada Udaranti Apasato Yada Punya Kayo Hoti Sabametang Vinasati.
Okay, great.
Thank-
That's Christina. So now I'm giving the opportunity to others. We'll start with Kim. Kim?
Thank you, Bhante. I'm here.
Yes.
Apiya Wapi Dayada Udaranti Apasato Yada Punya Kayo Hoti Sabametang Vinasati.
Great.
Thank
And
you.
then Sumana, Shali.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Apiya Wapi Dayada Udaranti Apasato Yada Punya Kayo Hoti Sabametang Vinasati.
Great. And then we have Indra.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Apiya Wapi Dayada Udaranti Apasato Yada Punyakayo Hoti Sabba Metang Vinasati.
Great. We have Chong Pakla.
Thank you, Bhante. Apiya Vapi Dayada Udaranti Apasato Yada Punya Kayo Hoti Sabba Metam Vinasati.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
And CHR.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Apiya Wapi Dayada Udaranti Apasato Yada Punya Kayo Hoti Sabe Metang Vinasati.
Could you repeat the last line, the fourth one?
Sabe Metang Vinasati.
There is no sabbe here.
Sabe.
There is no E. Sabba meta.
Sorry. Sabe Metang Vinasati.
Sabba meta.
Sabe Metang Vinasati.
Yeah. Normally what happens when we read, some of the Pali words which we are very familiar with come up. Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhita.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is why we go back to that particular Pali. Yada punya kayo bhanti sabba meta vinasati. It's not a, I think you will take time to learn that slowly.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And then Pochu Wong.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Apiya vapi dayada uddaranti apassato yada punyakayo hoti sappametang vinasati.
Yeah, great.
Thank
We
you.
have Seri. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Apiya wapi dayada uddaranti apassato yada punya kayo putih sabah metang vinasati.
Yes, great. And then Ike.
Thank you. Apiya wapi dayada udaranti apassato yada bunyak kayo hoti sabe metam vinasati.
Last line, please.
Sabe metam vinasati.
Sabbametam.
Oh, sabbe metam vinasati.
Sabbametam vinasati.
Sabbametam vinasati.
Because these two words which come in this one particular word they are very similar, very popular to us in the form of sabbe metam, but they are different. Sabba metam vinasati. Yeah, great. And we have Corina. Yes.
Ya, Bhante.
Yes.
Apiya wapi dayada udaranti apassato yada punya kayu hoti sabah metam vinasati.
Great. Any others who would like to read the first stanza here? Stanza number 5. First stanza for today. Right? If not, we're going to go to the next stanza. Oh, may I? Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, Bhante, may I try?
Yes.
Apiya wapi dayada udaranti apassato yada puna kayo hoti.
Not punna, punya, punya.
Punya kayo hoti.
Punya kayo. Punya kayo no. Punya kayo. 2 Ks.
Punya kayo hoti. Sabe metam vinasati.
What was the last line?
Sabe metam.
Sabba meta.
Oh, sorry. Sabba metam vinasati.
Could you read again?
Okay.
Just to make sure that you are on the same page like us. Yes. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Apiya wapi dayada. What is this?
Uddaranti.
Udaranti apassato yada punya kayo hoti sabah metam vinasati. Is it all right?
See how much progress you made. Huh? Great. All right. If there are no others, we will move on to the next one. All right. Okay. This one. Yassadanena silena sanyamena damena nidhi sunihito hoti ithya purisasava. Actually, this is the stanza, the first stanza in the sutta, which talks about how to store up the treasures in the Buddhist way. The rest up, they are all the normal ways of storing up or saving up the treasures material. But this is from a spiritual point of view, how you can, store up your savings, right? One more time. Yassa danena silena sanyamena damena cha nidhi sunihito hoti ithya purisasava. Right? Group 1.
Okay, I try Bhante. Any?
Yes, Annie.
Yasadanena silena sanyamena damena cha nidhi sunihito hoti itya purisasava.
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Group 2. Okay, let's go ahead.
Yasa danena silena sangyamena damena cha nidhi sunihito hoti itya purisasava.
Great. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, group 3.
Bhante, can I try?
Yes, Corina.
Yasa danena silena samyamena damena cha iti sunihito hoti itya purisasava.
Itya purisasava.
Purisasava. Itya, okay. Purisasava. Thank you.
All right. Group 4. Yes, sorry.
Thank you, Bhante. Yassa danena silena samyamena damena cha nidhi sunihito hoti itya purisasava.
Right. And then are you from group 3, right? Oh, group 4.
Group 4, Bhante.
Group 4. Okay. Group 5 then. Group 5. Yes, Melinda.
Thank you, Bhante. Okay. Yasa danena silena samyamena damena cha nidhi sunihito hoti itya purisasava.
Right. Great.
Thank you.
Group 6. Yeah, group 6. Group 7.
Bhante, may I try?
Yes, Sadi.
Thank you. Yasa danena silena samyamena damena cha nidhi sunihito hoti itya purisasava.
Great. Group 8. Oh, the both of them raised their hand at the same time, so I'll pick CH. Oh, okay. Yes, John. Yeah, John, you
Thank
can
you,
read.
Bhante.
Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Yasa danena silena samyamena damena cha nidhi sunihito hoti itya purisasava.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Right. That's for group. Groups actually. So I'm going to be asking now others if anybody wants to read. So we'll start from CHR and then Christine. CHR.
Okay, yes, Bhante.
Yes.
Yasa dadena silena samyamena damena cha ditni sunihito hoti itya purisasava.
Yeah, great. And then yes, and then Christine.
Bhante, may I ask the last sentence, purisasa, the R doesn't have the diaphragm at the top. Why we read as R and not E?
Why not?
Why not read as E instead of R?
It is a case ending. In Pali, case ending. In Pali,
Yes.
what do you call the nouns are going to be we call them decline. That means, let's say, from that person to that person, in that person, there are different case endings. So one of the case endings for female, feminine suffixes is a, not itya. Then
Itiya, I
purisasa.
understand. Itiya, understand they have the diaphragm at the top there, the dash at the top there. So ah is the sound ah. But
Yes.
purisa, the A doesn't have the
Yeah,
ah.
because a suffix is only for the females. It is
Oh.
not going to apply to the males. In Pali, case endings for the masculine and the feminine, they are two different.
Oh,
It's
see.
the masculine one. A is for the feminine one.
Oh, I see. So purisa,
Then the problems are.
so it's purisa, is that way we pronounce it?
Purisasa.
Purisa. Ending.
Purisasa. Now, purisa is the word, right?
Yeah,
The noun is
purisa.
purisa. But when it is taken in different cases, we normally call it dative case. We normally call it what you call ablative case, or maybe possessive case. I think they are a little bit advanced for you for this class. But I'm just telling you, this is a suffix. It's a masculine suffix for the case endings, for describing males. A is for the females. It's a feminine suffix. You could say vanita, so from woman. Kanta, itya, kumarika, from a princess. But from prince is it's a different one, right? So that is what I can say about it.
Okay.
All right.
So
Okay.
the last sentence I should read that. Itiya purisas. Wow.
It is not a sentence. It is a line. In a verse, we don't call there are sentences.
Oh, lines. Okay, lines.
Sentences are given in the prose. In a verse, we call it lines. First line, second line, third line, fourth line. Make up a stanza. So the last line is about a man or a woman, right? A woman or man. Yes. So a and is, they are two different suffixes for different genders.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Would you like to
Thank
read
you.
also, Augustine?
Yes.
Yes, please go ahead.
I start at the top.
Yes,
Yassa danena silena. Samyamena damena ch. Niti sunihito hoti. Itiya purisasva. Sorry. Purisasva. Itiya purisasva.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
And
Thank
then
you.
we have Indra.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Yassa danena silena sangyamena damena cha nidhi sunihito hoti itya purisassa va.
All right.
Thank you.
And Billing. Yeah. Billing, are you with us? Okay.
Sorry, I just walked. Yassa danena silena. Samyamena damena cha. Nidhi suni hito hoti. Itiya purisasa va.
Right. Sari.
Thank you, Bhante. Yassa danena silena. Samyamena damena cha. Nidhi sunihito hoti. Itiya purisasa va.
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
And then Pochuwa, please.
Thank you, Bhante. Yassa danena silena samyamena damena cha Nidhi sunihito hoti. Etiya purisasava.
Great. And we have
Thank you,
9, 10.
Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Bhante, before I read, there's this question at line number 2. So the sang, mia, mena, the N is pronounced as the ang sound, right? How do we pronounce that?
The N, which N?
The sang. Is it sang?
Sangyame. Sangyame.
Sangyamena. Oh, okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yasa, yasa, da, nena, si, lena. Sangya, mena, da, mena, cha. Ni, di, suni, hito, hoti. Itia, puri, sasa, va.
Great.
Thank you.
Now, Ike.
Thank you, Bhante. Yasa danena silena samyamena damena cha nidhi suni hito hoti itiya purisasava.
Yeah, great. All right. Are there any others who would like to read this stanza? Yes, Young's SM. Yes.
And I try.
Yes.
Yassa danena silana sam ya mena dam mena cha nidhi suni nidhi suni hito huti itiya puri sa wa.
Yeah, great. Yes. Anyone else? Reading is a very important section of the Pali Suttas, right? That's why I encourage everyone, if they can read. I can feel that over many weeks, many of you have been developed your what you call while you are having the comprehension, you have been able to read as how the words are given. It's very good. All right, I think we better go to the contextual part of the stanzas.
Bhante, can
Yes,
I try the third, the fifth stanza, right? The third line, 1, 2, 3. I just read that line.
Yes.
Yada punya kayo hoti.
You mean the first ones, the third one or the first one? Yeah. Yada.
The fifth stanza, the third
Yes.
line.
Yada.
Yada punya kayo hoti.
Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. All right. Let's go to the contextual part of the class. All right. We're going to understand most of these words, especially in the ways of the concept and other relevant things. Appya vapi dayada uddharanti apassato yada punya kayo bhuti sabbameta vinasati. Now these are again dangers that someone can face when that person materially hides treasures underneath. Right? Appya, what is this danger? Dayada, appya, dayada, appya. Appya means, now this comes with a kind of a noun too. Now, peer, appya. It's peer. Yeah. Peer, and then appya. Okay, what is peer? What is appya? For those who have studied,
Peer is dear or beloved. Peer.
Those who have studied some of the suttas, you may know what do these terms mean. Let's go to the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. Jatipi dukkha, jarapi dukkha, and it keeps going on. It says, Piyehi vippayogo dukkho, appiyehi sampayogo dukkho. The Buddha says in his first Dhamma talk, Piyehi vippayogo dukkho. It means separating from the loved ones is a dukkha. Is it a dukkha? It is a dukkha. And also,
Yes.
being with the people we don't like is also a dukkha. Right? Very interesting elements of our day-to-day life. So here, Piya means those liked ones, beloved ones, dearly ones. Appiya means those disliked ones. Those of them who we don't like to spend time. Now, the thing is that the person, there's somebody who already did this hiding, but what happened, unfortunately, the treasures will be found out and then used by someone someone who he didn't like in his life, maybe while he was alive, maybe after he passed away, right? So Appiya means disliked one. Dayada means his whatever the things that he hid underneath, right? Dayada. Do we find this Pali word elsewhere also? Dayada. Dayada. Where do we find this Pali word? Do you remember what Yashodhara, what Princess Yashodhara told her son when the Buddha was coming on the way, that they saw from the balcony, and then she said something to her son, Rahul. What did she say?
Go and get the inheritance from your father.
Daya, right? And then Buddha gave his daya, and the grandfather was very unhappy, yeah? Right?
Yes.
What he did was really not accepted by his Rahula's grandfather. Buddha's. Actually, there are a couple of things that we learn out of these things. Buddha also accepted, yes, what I did was not good. And then he said to the monks, from today onwards, if you want to ordain someone, you have to get the permission from his or her parents. Then why did he do that without the permission of the mother and father? Right? Then the question comes up again, if you are rationalizing about this incident. Then he said, Bhante, I was okay when you ordained, Nanda. I was okay. I had a sense of relief because I understood. But when you ordain my grandson, I was not very happy about it. And then he started talking about the filial love, right? This is given in the Vinaya Pitaka, this whole story. And he said to the Buddha, the filial love is something that goes into the bones, bone marrows, blood, and it actually penetrates into the body. So do not just make this kind of a decision again. People getting really, distressed, frustrated. And then Buddha said, yes, I understand. From today onwards, I'm laying down a rule for monks. If you're going to ordain somebody, you must get the permission. Interest, well, probably a written consent from the mother and father. Someone can say, okay, his mother called me, so he said, okay, better to get a written permission. So it's, good in both terms, legally and monastically, sasana-wise. So Daya, so Yashodhara sent his son, go get your inheritance. And what the Buddha did was, he gave the inheritance in the form of ordination, Rahul. But his son passed away before him, right? Do we know that?
Yes.
Rahula passed away.
Yes, he passed away before the Buddha.
Appiya vapi dayada, that means those appiyas. Appiyas means those of them who we don't like. Now don't relate this word to kappiya, okay? Kappiyas are not appiyas. Kappiyas are those people who help monastics. They are not appiyas. Now you know another word today. Appiya means someone you don't like. Appiya, but that one is kappiya. Appiya vapi dayada. So your inheritance will be taken over by those of them who you don't like. That is another danger. Uddharanti apassato. What can they do? Apassato uddharanti. Apassato means secretly. Now what is passato? Passato means seeing, looking, right? Passato. Because Buddha uses this word in other format in many places. Janato va passato va asavana kayam vada. Remember this? Janato va passato. Monks, I'm telling you, the elimination or overcoming of the defilements is possible. Because I told you, I'm telling you, by knowing and by seeing them. So, passato means seeing. Apassato means by not seeing. That means secretly, right? Secretly. So, what these appiyas, those of them who you don't like, who such people don't like, do is that they secretly, without your notice, they might or they may uddharanti, they can unearth them. I would say they can take them, they can dig the place, and then they can take those precious stuffs that such people may have left, down the earth. Oh, this is one danger. The first two lines are about one danger. It's about that your appiyas may take them without telling you, without secretly. Second danger is yada punya khayo hoti sabba meta vinasati. Even other people do not take such things from you, even when you are alive or after. But then there is a karmic problem that can come to your treasures. This is a karmic problem. So you cannot avoid it sometimes. What is it? Yada punya khayo. When your merits are low, when you run out of your own good karmas, sabba metang vinasati, everything will go to the end. That's something very interesting to discuss actually. Punya khayo. Punya khayo. Now let me ask you, can we upsize our good karmas? Can we? Can we recreate our own good karmas? Or our good karmas are always going to an end?
Yes.
Now let's say you do a dana.
Can.
You go to a temple, you offer dana. And then what are the merits in that dana? Is it your dish of rice? Is that your merit? Where are your merits in your dana? Is it are they the food? Are they other preparations? Or are they the thoughts that you are positively creating?
The thoughts, the thoughts.
Alobha, dosa, moha thoughts that you are creating before, during, after. Now, let's say you finish your ceremony. You come back home. You might not be offering a dana in the near future, in the foreseeable future. Probably you might be giving dana in another 2-3 months from today. Now, let's assume that you created good karmas, definitely. If you are doing it properly, if you have done it properly. So, are these good karmas having any possibility of upsizing, regenerating, recreating from your side, from other people's side?
Yes.
How?
I mean, after the dana, we still feel joys of giving. I mean,
It will deplete, Bhante. You have to keep on doing good. Continue to keep on accumulating.
after the dana, we still have to feel good. Thinking
After the dana, we have to feel good. But what if people don't feel good? Well, they are not trying best. It's just the natural mind, right? They do a very big, massive dana, but the feeling good has to come naturally, right? We are not trying to feel as good, right? Because it's a meritorious activity. So let's say if everything goes well, we have no problem, and we feel good about it, and we are going to think it over. Keep thinking over about what we did. That is how we are going to upsize, recreate. Let's say it's like probably we are going to modify, recreate that small good karma we did in the temple, maybe somewhere else. We're going to create more good karmas on top of that. then how are those good karmas going to end? The third line says, Punya Kayo. Now, if upsizing, if recreating of the good karmas is possible, how come there is an end to our particular good karmas? That's a good question, right? Now, if we can recreate, upsize our own good karma, how come it says that they can be finished? Yes, they have to be finished, right?
Yes.
Everything has to go through the anicca concept. You might recreate, but there is a place that everything will go to end. Now, what happens to Deva? Deva will be there for long, but there is one day they have to leave the place. Now, we had the Samma Sambuddha, Gautama Samma Sambuddha. He had to pass away. We talk about what he did during his 45 years of time, but he had to pass away. Then we have to understand every time we do a good karma, yes, we can recreate, we can upsize definitely based on thinking over, delighting about what we did. That is what we do by sharing good karmas with others. But there will be a certain end of good karmas. Now, as Sumita said, we have to redo good karmas. Why is it? There is a Pali stanza like this. What is it? There's a very famous Pali stanza for that. Punyanche puriso kaira, kaira te tang puna puna, tam hi chandang kaira te, sukho punya sauche. Punyanche puriso, if anybody does a good karma, then punyanche puriso kaira, kaira te tang puna puna. One has to do, that person has to do it again and again, repeatedly. Why? Tam hi chandang kaira. Chanda, see? We have to create chanda for that. Chanda means the good desire, not tanha. Some people bring tanha for the good karmas. Next slide, may I be a deva, may I be like this and that. Then they bring tanha to the punya. Right? You have to bring chanda to the, let me probably draw that here. Otherwise, you might not understand, some of you. Right. Now, in Buddhism, there are two words about the desire. I would say the willingness to do something. This Pali word, chanda. And then you could say other bunch of Pali words, maybe tanha, maybe kama, right? Kama, maybe tanha. As a result of these two, you might have upadana, right? The list goes up and down. Chanda. Chanda means this is a good, it's a good willingness to do anything in Buddhism. That's why it says, kaira te tang puna punam tamhi chantang kaira sukho punyasa ucchayo. The Buddha says, it is because it is always punyas or kusalas that you do without craving will give you true happiness. Now there is a story, background story for this stanza. Venerable Mahakassapa, Arhan Mahakassapa, one day saw that probably he has been witnessing a couple of days, his temple has been, very clean, especially his compounds in front of his kuti and all that. So he was like wondering, a lay person cannot do this job this good, you know. Probably somebody has done it in a very exclusive way. And then he was thinking, and he saw there's a deva, her name, Laja, it's a female deva. Then he asked from the female deva, why are you doing this? Then she said, Bhante, it is because I swept your compound. That is why I was able to become a female deva. So although I'm a deva, I always think about what I did. So I want to redo again and again. The same thing. That's why I come. And then Arhan Mahakassapa said, no, you don't do that. Just go from here. Probably he's letting the lay people to do it because you already done it. But the deva feels good about what he or she did in his previous life. Just sweeping the floor. It's also a meditation, right? When you sweep the compound of the temple monastery, you are doing in a very, what do you call, good mind, kusala mind. Right? You might not clean your house in a kusala mind. You might think, nobody does the house too. I have to do everything from morning to evening, right? So much loba dosa moha. And then you might be arguing with the people in the household. But this person, when he or she goes to temple, sweeping the floor with a good mind. No loba, no dosa, no. I have no attachment. I have no greed to what I do. No creating any tanha for that. It's good, right? So here, punyas can be finished. But we can recreate, we can upsize the good karmas as much as we can, but there will be a day that it will be ended. Have you ever heard how people die according to Buddhism? The Buddha said in one place, some people die because of the end of the lifespan. Some die because of the end of the karma. Some die because of the birth. Some die abruptly, random, like an accidental death. Right? There's no reason, no karma, just death, just die for some reasons. Maybe out of the reasons too. So I see here karma as the end of the good karmas. Right? They further take an example. They take an oil lamp. How can oil lamp, what you call, blow out? Is it because of the end of the wick, or is it because of the end of the oil? Sometimes it might be because of the end of the wick. Sometimes it might be the end of the oil. Sometimes it is neither the oil, neither the wick. Maybe something came from outside. Maybe a wind, maybe something, maybe an animal, tiny creature, maybe a fly. Very interesting. So this is why we understand the end, what you call, it's not the end of the karma. It is the, right, it is the running out of our good karmas. Everything runs out in our life. Our patience, our good mood, right? Our, what do you call, everything can run out. That's why we have to upsize, but there will be a day that things will go to an end. Punya kaya.
Bhante, question,
Yes,
please.
Yes.
Yeah, but bad karma, akusala karma, it won't run out, right?
Don't take it as a
Literally.
disturbing answer. I did my fellowship at the University of Victoria in Canada, my postdoc. It's about neutralizing bad karma within the ethics of Theravada. That means when you do more good karmas, some karmas can be neutralized. But you should not do it by thinking, I killed today somebody, is a low quality person, maybe an animal, so I can mitigate that karma by doing more good karmas. But that is why the maturity of karma is such dangerous to learn sometimes. Because when some people learn, they take it, because only an enlightened person can understand it, can talk about it in a proper way. When unenlightened persons read about the maturity of the karmas, they may use it for certain bad purposes too. Yes, karmas can be neutralized. It is not my personal view. It is the Buddha's view in the Mahanama Sutta. The Buddha says, take a small amount of salt and put them into a glass of water. And then he's asking what will happen to the glass of water. He said, Bhante, there's no surprise for that. The glass of water becomes saltish. What about if you put the same amount of salt into the Ganges in India? Will the Ganges become saltish? He said, no, because amount of salt is very small and the volume of water is too much. Then in that case, I'm telling you, if you do more good karmas, let's say you may have done certain small, slight bad karmas out of your ignorance in your life, in this life and past lives, you are going to cover up those tiny bad karmas with the good karmas. One more example, Angulimala. Angulimala may be an exceptional example, but we have to understand it from a different way. Some people think, you can kill 1,000 people, 999 people, you can still become an enlightened person. No, It's not going to work. Because Angulimala done his homework before, not in this life. And the Buddha says, Yocha kubbe pamajjitva pachasona pamajjati. Someone has been late in his previous life, the previous life. But now he or she is not getting late anymore. Yocha kubbe pamajjitva pachasona pamajjati. So imang lokang pabhaseti abha mukto Chandima. That person shines forth in his or her spiritual life, just as how the moon comes out of the clouds. The moon can take over the whole aerospace at that point. So it is possible. But we don't take it in a way that we can do bad karmas and then we can cover up them. We don't take it that way. But this is a good news. That means we have to do more good karmas. Not tiny good karmas, very good karmas. I mean, I wouldn't say that you should miss out on them. Do good karmas at all times. Bring kusalas at all times. When you have an opportunity to gossip, don't gossip. When you have an opportunity to probably put people down, don't do that. Bring those opportunities to the other side of that particular activity. Those are your opportunities. So it is possible. Let's go back to the stanza because we haven't done it. We are still talking other things.
Bhante.
Yes, Sabbami. So one day, there will be a day that all of your good karmas will go to an end. Then maybe most of your good karmas, then anyways, your stuff will be finished, taken over by others. Actually, when you become an enlightened person, the same thing also happens, right? Your good karmas, bad karmas also have to be finished, right? But it is not that particular scenario that the stanza talks about. Stanza says, even though you hide them, even you are not meeting with thieves, probably other people, those who you don't like, but still you have the problem. This one problem, that means they will go to other people because of the end of your good karma. So please keep doing good karmas. Never stop. Don't think that I did one katina, so I am okay now. Don't think that way. Keep doing. It's good. It is for yourself, for your own benefit. Because till you attain Nibbana, you should have a comfortable life. All right. So this stanza is all about. First part is about one danger. Your I would say, dislike people, the people who you dislike will take them over. Even if not, one day, they will not be yours. Other people will take it. Can you think about an example of due to the end of good karmas, someone's stuff will be taken over by others? Probably mismanagement of money, finances, businesses, right? Others will be competing with that person, might be taking that business over to them. Probably, a lot of things that, Now, I think people call such people, you had a very good family lineage, you had a very good business, your mother, father took care of, but you did not do. Maybe that person didn't do well. Business then went to the other people's hands. That means good karmas are done. They are finished. Now other people are enjoying those good karmas, right? There are many other examples you can think about. Huh? All right, any questions about this stanza? Are you expecting any end of your good karmas in this way? Possibly in the foreseeable future? I don't think so. Yes, Corina.
Okay, if someone does the katina or offering, and then after that he feel quite tired, and then tomorrow another 2 or 3 more events to go, so he feel exhausted. So the one person feel exhausted. Is that a bad karma as well?
Exhausting, burning out of activities. Yeah, being burned out from the activities, and then looking at the amount of good karmas that person may have acquired through those activities might not have a good connection unless that person thinks this particular activity brought me fatigue. I don't think such people think about it.
Yeah.
Let's say now in today's world, if you do a Katina in Sri Lanka and it's a big ceremony, you know, one family is taking care of the whole temple, you know, painting the pagodas and then painting all the temple, probably building one big structure to the temple, right? Probably costing almost like, I would say, couple thousand, many $1,000s. And but if people take it upfront that yes, I'm not going to calculate the money that I'm donating. I'm not looking at unless it's a problem to my budget, and all this has been done. This is done by me and myself and my family for this onerous cause. I don't think, even though they get exhausted after the active, yes, they will be exhausted. A lot of things in the temple, maybe they have to take care of the people in those things. I don't think they will make a connection between that thing and the activity. Probably they do understand this will happen to them, and then they will bounce back. They will bounce back again. They will think about it. Yes.
So it will not lead to the bad side of the karma.
I don't think so. I don't think that those people might think so. Who knows? There will be even one bad person out of. We never know. But I hope that everybody has those good qualities. I think those people they do understand that there is commitment. There is commitment as a person in the money, finances, and then timing and all that. Yes, I don't think.
Okay.
But there may be. We never know. Things can happen out of the
out of the blue.
Yes. Yeah. Any other questions about the first stanza? We have to do the second one. Punya Kaya, very interesting. I think we haven't discussed about Kaya, this Pali word. Kaya. Kaya. Sorry about this. Kaya. Kaya. What does Kaya mean? Tinimani Bhikkave Sankatasa Sankata Lakkanani. Uppadu Panyayati, Vayu Panyayati. Titassa Nitata. Sankharas. Now here we understand Kaya means the end. End means ending of anything. Kaya. Have you ever found out this Pali word anywhere else in your reading? Kaya.
Asawa kaya wahang hutu.
Asavana Kaya.
Asawa kaya.
Asavana. Yeah. Asavana. Asavas means taints, influxes have to be ended. Kaya. All right. So Punya. Any other questions about this stanza? If not, we're going to go to the next stanza. Keep your questions till the end then. Right. Now I have another question for here. Punya Kaya. What about the Kusala? Merits. Punya means merits. Merits will go to the end. What about the Kusalas? Can Kusalas go to the end? There are two terms. What are the Kusalas? You are not killing, you are not stealing, you are not misbehaving, you are not lying, you are not slandering, you are not, hurting other people, you are not gossiping, idle chatting, you are not covetous, you are not having ill will, you are not having misbelief. And Kusalas. And Dana Sila Bhavana, Patti Pattana Modana, Veya Vacha Pachayancha, Desna, 10 Punya Kriya, 10 meritorious activities. Dana means generosity, Sila means morality. Then Bhavana means meditation, Patti Pattana Modana means transference of creating good karmas. Then Pattana Modana means transferring good karmas. Vayyavacha means cleaning, probably helping out. Vayya, probably volunteering too. Apachayana means respecting. Talking Dhamma, listening to the Dhamma. And then
Tiju kama.
Tiju means trying to
Straightening.
straighten your right view.
Straightening of views.
Right view. Right view.
Right view.
Yes. So this is a later teaching, but the kusalas cannot be finished. Kusala is a skillful habit that you have been creating in your life. Now you may have seen some people are bornly very calm, but some people are not. They need a lot of training. Why is it? Why is it? They have been calm in their previous life, so it's not a big deal for them to be calm again, separately, going to a class, going to a spiritual class or whatever, right? Some people need a lot of classes. Right? Interesting, right? So that means if you have developed, practiced some kusalas in past life, even now, if you don't feel good about that, if you practice this in this life, they will go to the next life. I don't think you will see that there's an end to that unless you are doing it in different environments. Merits will be ended because you have to do it again and again. But the kusalas will be the what do you call most important parts of your spiritual life till you attain a Sotapan and onwards. Although all these concepts are under the Anicca Dukkha Anatta, but kusalas will give you more space, more what do you call facilities in your samsaric life to handle. All right, the second stanza. Now this is what someone can do to what do you call someone can do to store up, save up his or her savings. After learning this, do not try to withdraw your savings from the banks. Because people do their financial management, wealth management by putting money into FDs and all that. But this is the best way to spiritually save up, store up the things you have. Yassa dānena sīlena sañyamena dhamena nidhi sunihito hoti itya purisasava. Now let's take the itya purisasava as the first one. What is itya? What is purisasava? Itya means
woman.
By a woman. Purisasava, by a man. Buddha first talks about the woman, respecting. Interesting. Itya, not purisasa itya. Itya purisasava. Interesting. Itya purisasava. And then if by any man, any woman or man behave in terms of behavior is going to dānena, practice more dāna, sīlena more sīla, sañyamena more restraint or calmness, dhammena by self-control. Nidhi sunihito, then you create lots of good karmas by dana, by sila, by restraint, by self-control. Can people find out your treasures, the good karmas of such in anywhere in the world? Can they find out your dana, sila, sanyama, dhamma? Can they find out? They can't. You are bringing them till you attain Nibbana. Okay. This is the best management of your own nidhis, hidden treasures. So in order to make your treasures a hidden treasure, you need to cultivate these four things: dana, sila, sanyama, and dhamma. Now there are people who only practice one or two, maybe only one here, maybe dana, maybe only dana, maybe only sila, maybe only sanyama, maybe only dhamma. No, you have to practice four of these simultaneously. Right? Now let's see the aspects of these treasures differently. Nidhi sunihito hoti. The good karmas you are creating by practicing dana, sila, sanyama, dhammena, they are going to represent the best savings, nidhi, deep treasures. And you are storing up your savings to the best of you, to the best of what the Buddha talks about. All right. Dānena. Let's talk about dana again. What does dana mean? We have been discussing this dana all the time, but I think every time we find out different things about dana. What does dana mean?
Generosity. Generosity.
That's the English word. I mean, what is dana in
Giving
Buddhism?
up.
Giving up.
Let go.
What are we going to give up?
Giving up of our greed.
Greed. Giving up our greed.
Greed for what? Now we know greed,
Greed for
hatred,
material
delusion.
things.
For what? Greed attached to what? Now,
Attachment to our
Craving.
wealth.
Greed attached to the things you are offering, isn't it? Now you are creating dana. You are making dana out of your hard-earned money. Right? You go to the grocery shop, you buy the best food for the temple, maybe for others too. So you are having some attachment to this money and the stuff that you are making. Right? You think about the things you are not giving to other people, how much you are attached to them. Right? How much you have attached to them. Probably your EPF, probably your ETF, probably the money that you took as a lump sum you got from the government. How much you attach to that money? Probably your real estate, right? So now when you are offering, giving something to somebody, you are going to give up, as you said, what you are going to give up? The greed attached to that money, maybe greed attached to the things you are making out of that money, and any hatred towards the recipients and towards you. And then out of them, you are going to go a little bit out of ignorance about it. You believe in the karma and the result. That is our dana. When you say generosity, there's Christian generosity, Islamic generosity, Jain generosity, Hindu generosity. What makes us different from those generosities? Buddhism. We are giving up. We have no secondary thoughts. We are not thinking about anything what we're going to get out of these offerings. We simply want to see, they are happy, monks are happy, right? They are happy. We are also happy. That's it. We already created good karmas about it. Not about questioning about Bhante did not eat what I made today, so I'm not happy about it, right? We are not going to those minimal things unless we are okay, whether they are okay or not. I mean, probably going to make something else the other day, right? So you're not going to create any minimal, small things out of your dana. So is dana only for the monastics? I already told you in many other previous lessons, make every opportunity a dana. You find out somebody, you meet somebody on the way, probably you are smiling, you are making their day better. Maybe you are giving your time to listen to somebody, right? And probably you have something that is worn out, even left over. Even somebody can use it. You are going to give it to anybody out of alobha dosa. Dana has, I think I told you one day, the basic level of dana is that when you rinse your food plate near the sink, if you're thinking, may any invisible beings, microscopic beings, they are living there, can consume on the leftover, which I am creating by rinsing, then I'm happy about it. That is the basic dana according to Buddha. Remember I told you, one Brahmin came to the Buddha. He said, Bhante, on the way I heard some people are blaming you. But they said 3 things about you. One thing is that you are teaching people, if you want to offer dana, only give it to me. Okay? And if they cannot find me, only give it to my disciples. I couldn't remember the third one. These 2 allegations. And the Buddha said, no, I have never said like that. I said, whatever the food you can give to anybody near you, give it to them. I never said, only you bring it to me, only you give it to my people. So it's a false statement. And then the Buddha said, this Pali statement. Yepite Chandanikayava Uligalleva Pana Tatrapiyo Saravadovananga Otte. When somebody, when after somebody finish eating, if that person can, what you call, leave the leftover into a certain sewage, probably a place where the leftover things are going. And at that time, if that person can think about, may any microscopic being can consume these leftover, that is the first level of my dana, according to Buddhism. Then what are you talking about? If you say that the dana start from me and my disciples, that's a whole state. So please think about different ways of being generous in your life. It could be a blood donation, it could be another donation, it could be food, it could be giving something you use. Can we give everything we have? No. That's why Buddha said sometimes you can donate, sometimes you can share. There are two Pali words for that. Let me for you. Dana and Samvibhaga. Samvibhaga. This is given in the Pattakama Sutta. Dana means giving, and understanding that everything cannot be given because there are certain things we have, we cannot do, so we can share. This is giving, this is share. Giving and sharing. Right? Giving and sharing. Let's say you have a very valuable electric equipment. Can you give it to somebody right away? You might say, okay, you go and use it and then bring it back to me. Right? So some not all the things can be given. Sometimes we think about sharing too. All right, that is dana. Then sila. Dana, the first one, and then sila. This is how you are creating your treasures. Huh? Sila. What does sila mean? Sila. What is your sila, number folks?
Morality.
No, what is your sila? What is your sila now?
Virtues.
5 precepts.
5 precepts.
Precept. Panatipata Veramani Sikkapadan Samadhyam. Adinnadana Veramani. Kamesu Michachara Veramani. Musavada Veramani. Suramire. How do you take your precept? Do you, I think when there is a ceremony, those monks are giving you precept. But what could be the true level of taking your precept? It is only when you take it by yourself. In the morning, you are thinking to yourself, from this point onwards, I am not going to kill anything. I am not going to take what is not given. I'm not going to misbehave. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to take anything that clouds my mind. So when somebody is giving to you, and when you are taking by yourself, is there a difference? Yes, there's a difference. When you take into yourself, you will do better. But it doesn't mean that others cannot give. Now, if you see Samadhiyami, that means you are taking by yourself. Samadhiyami means I take the precept. So the best way to take the precept is by you, self-taking. Do you have to take the precept every morning? Huh? That means you are breaking. Huh? If you are taking every day, you are breaking the precepts every day.
Yes, every day. Every day. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends. It depends. If you are not breaking, you don't need to take precepts. Right? Because you keep them every day. But if you break them, you take every day. Right? Interesting, right? If you are not breaking, why you take every day? There's no point of taking. But if you are keeping to them, then you don't have to. It is at your discretion. So sila for you is keeping your 5 precepts. Is it only keeping to 5 precepts? No, sila has a bigger meaning. According to the Noble Eightfold Path, it covers Samma Vacha, Samma Kammanta, Samma Achi. Your speech, your actions, and then your way of living. So I think you are already aware about those 3 aspects. Then Sanyamena. Sanyamena means your calmness. Are you a very calm person? Not all the time, but sometimes you are calm. Now everybody is calm. People are calm. No problem. Okay? I hope you are calm. So calmness is very important. Because when you are calm, then wisdom arises in you. Peace arises in you. You are not looking for the peace anymore. You are not looking for wisdom anymore. There are people who are thinking, where is wisdom, ma? Where is wisdom? Where is peace? I had to go somewhere. I had to find something. Actually, when you are calm, peace naturally arises. Wisdom naturally arises. Then you take time to think about something. Now, before when somebody talks to you, you also talk back. But now you take time. What is this? Should I respond or not? Because you are calm. You are a calm person. You think twice, right? Very interesting. So I normally take them as small moments of wisdom, small moments of peace, right? Nibbanic moments before you attain Nibbana. So Sanyama is very important. You are creating lots of treasures by being calm or restrained. Finally, Dhammenacha, this is interesting. Self-control. Actually, in Buddhism, this is beyond self-control. You remember how Buddha tamed down certain people? Okay, who were they? Now, there's a Pali way we take it. Itipiso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vichachan Sampa Sugatu Lokavidu Anuttaru Purisa Dhammasara. Purisa Dhammasara. What is Purisa Dhammasara? The Buddha can tame people who are untamed. They are untamed. Who are they? Devadatta was one of them. Was the Buddha able to tame him? No. He was not able to be tamed. And then, how about the elephant? What was his name?
Nalagiri.
Nalagiri. Whose elephant is that?
Devadatta's.
Nalagiri. Nalagiri was tamed by the Buddha. Right? And then, who were the others? Alavaka. He was tamed. What about the Angulimala? Was definitely Angulimala. What about the Nandopananda? This was a snake guy.
Snake, yeah.
Nandopananda was a snake king. When the Buddha went to the Tavatimsa with 500 monks, he was very unhappy. These guys are going over my heaven, over my particular place. I have to stop them, right? And then what he did was that he covered the whole Sumeru with his power. And then finally, the Buddha asked, different monks asked, can I go and tame him? The Buddha did not allow them to do it. When Venerable Moggallana asked, Buddha let him do that. So Nandopananda was tamed by Mahamoggallana. You know that in the Jayamangala Gatha, Nandopananda Bhujagang Vibhudang Mahidding. See, Jayamangala Gatha. Nandopananda Bhujagang. Snake. So, Dhamma means self-control. Maybe taming other people. Actually, you are not supposed to tame other people. Huh? Are you supposed to tame other people? Are you?
Tame the dog. Tame the pet.
If you have a pet, yes, probably. What about others? Are you supposed to tame your other people in the household? Not exactly, right? But we are supposed to tame
children,
us.
Parents have to tame their children, right?
Yeah, when they are children. Yes. But mostly taming here applies to ourselves, taming us, right? Because we are not tame all the time. You don't think about the violence, physical violence. Our mind is not tame all the time. You know that we have a monkey mind. Remember that there was a book written by a monk, Venerable Rahula. It's about it's a Zen teaching about the bull, the bull is tied to a tree. The mind is as such. So we are not tamed normally. So we are going to tame us. That means it is related to the Sangyama also. Taming means we have a very good self-control. We can accept rejection. When some people reject us, we accept that. When we diagnose with the sickness, we accept the sickness. As Buddhist, we are going to, why it happened to me? Why not it happened to me? Why not? Not why it happened to me. Why not it happened? I'm also part of these individuals. But we are doing the medical, following the medical advices, also looking at it from a Buddhist point of view. So understanding us, accepting more about us, accepting other people, right? So all these things have a connection to self-control, Dhamma. All right. So Dana, Sila, Sanyama, Dhamma. Dhamma is self-control. So you are creating your, what you call, treasures through these four. Through these four. This is going to be your hidden treasure. When you create, now you might see that, where are they? They are not material. Anything material is going to have an end. But these are not things that are material. These are kusala kammas that you are creating in your mind. You have created lots of kusala kammas now, future, and you have done in the past. This is the best way of creating what you call Nidhikaṇḍa. Your reserved fund should be created through these four. Sunihito means you store up whatever those hidden treasures very well out of these four. Dana, Sila, Sanyama. All right. Any questions about this stanza?
Yeah, Bhante. About the Sanyamena and Dhamena, I can't really see the difference between these two. Yeah.
Yeah, Sanyama means that you are able to guard your senses. Guarding your senses, guard your mind, guard your eyes, guard your ears, guard your nose, guard your tongue, guard your body, guard your mind. And when you guard that, you are developing a full ability called self-control. That is what. So I understand self-control arises as a result of calming, maybe guarding your senses. Make sense? So when you see someone who has lots of self-control, definitely this person must have guarded his or her senses very well.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
All right. Any more questions?
Bhante, can I ask for the Samya Mena?
Yes.
Can we also include Kanti in that? Patience.
Is Kanti also including in Samya Mena?
Yeah.
Well, I think Samyama is a loaded word. It is a loaded word. It has a lot of connections to other things. Now, as I said earlier, watching what you call guarding the senses. In order for someone to guard the senses, that person should have at least the bare minimum level of patience.
Okay.
Right. So I think it's an ability, kusala kamma, that someone develops as a person who has some multifaceted other kusala kammas, spiritual abilities.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Any questions?
Bhante, related to Dana, how about Chaga, Bhante?
Yeah, Chaga. Okay, Chaga is a Pali word which has a very higher meaning of that generosity. In this case, we talk about Dana with Chaga also, but we did not talk it the sutta does not separate out dana and chaga here. But when we talk about Buddhist dana, chaga is included. Chaga is included. But when we talk about different areas of dana, we're going to separate out dana and chaga. Because there are people who do dana with lots of expectations. Then that is a mere dana. Then there is no chaga happening. That's why when Oi said giving up, that is chaga. Chaga is the nature of the dana. So I think dana is also an overloaded word. It has a lot of other meanings. The Buddhist activity of dana comes from chaga, that is attached to the dana.
Thank you, Bhante.
You're not supposed to withdraw your money after today. Keep your treasures. Keep your treasures in those whatever money places, but understand the Buddhist way of creating your treasures. This is the Buddhist way. So you keep the both in the best possible way, more to the spiritual side, right? Right.
Bhante, another question. Sorry. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Bhante, stanza 5. Apiya vapi dayada. Dislike. Actually, in reality, the people that you like could also, do something not good. Your treasures also could be taken secretly or illegally.
Yes.
So yeah, so it could be apiya cha piya.
Yeah, so in the real life, both can take our things away. But when the people we don't like take away, it is more suffering. It brings more suffering to them. Let's say now you might see this in real life. When the father knows that his money is taken by somebody he really likes in his family, he might not question about it. Somebody. But if somebody he doesn't like take the money, he's having lots of what you call unhappiness, more than that. So both can happen, but the Appiya's case is more what you call frustrating, giving lots of suffering to the person. Yeah. That's why it is Appiya. But in the real life, yes, Piya, Appiya, they both take things away. All right. Looks like no more questions. I'm going to then transfer karmas and then share good karmas too. May all the good karmas which we've been accumulating today be transferred to all the departed ones, past be in the name of all of us. If they were reborn in a place of unhappiness, pain, may they be able to release from those places and to be reborn in places of happiness. And finally, may they attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idammi jnati nangu sukita huntu jnatayo. Idammi jnati nangu sukita huntu jnatayo. Idammi jnati nangu sukita huntu jnatayo. May all the good karmas be shared by all the devas, nagas, and mahitikas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of you, your family members, and everybody for good health, quality of life, prosperity, and safety. May Deva Naga Mahitika finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavatacha ammehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavatacha ammehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavatacha ammehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasatta ca bhummanta devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu lokasasanam. Akasatta ca bhummanta devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva Chirang rakhantu desanam Akasattha cha bhummanta Devanaga mahindika Punyantang anumuditva Chirang rakhantu mang paranti Chirang rakhantu tvang sadati. We always make a wish, spiritual wish at the end of any ceremony. This is the wish till we attain the Nibbana. May we be in the company of Kalyana Mitras. May we be not in the company of the Papa Mitras. Thinking thus, we're going to make the wish. Imina punya kammena mami bala samagamu satan samagamu hotu yavani nibbana pantya. Finally, may all the good karmas which we've been accumulating today by learning another section of the Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silis nichang baddha prachayano chattaro dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanu sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminati saminjatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. All right, skip that. Our class for today is over. So we're going to be seeing you next Thursday at the same time.
Thank
with
you,
another
Bhante.
two stanzas.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Bhante.
Sadhu.
Bye,
Thank you,
Melinda.
Bhante.
Hi, Annie.
Hi,
They
bye-bye.
didn't bye-bye to you in a rush
Didn't
to
get a chance to see you either.
because I rushed to send my son to KLIA. So nice to meet you today. Thank
Yeah,
you.
hope
Take
to see you
care.
again. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Offline, yeah?
Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu,
Yeah.
sadhu.
Good night,
sadhu.
everyone. Yes.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
Take
Sister
care, take
Kim,
care.
Sister Kim.
Yeah, good night, sisters.
Thank you.
Good night, Bhante.
Good
Sister
night,
Kim is
Bhante.
going to India, right? Are you going to India soon, Sister Kim?
Yeah. It's 4th December.
4th December. Good.
2 more
Hopefully
weeks.
you have a full time in India and Nepal.
Yeah, I saw. Are we offline?
Yeah, this is not on Facebook. This is just
Okay.
yes.
Oh, I saw this brother Kelvin's note. You know the message in the Sutta. He's there
Yes.
now. Yeah. So
Yes,
he's
yes.
at Varanasi.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So
All right, Kim. See you tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to the trip.
Yes, hopefully. Yeah, you plan well. So read some information about certain places before going. So whenever you go there, you know this is that place. Some information, very important. What happened?
Bodh Gaya, we cannot take picture, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah. You cannot use. You can only use camera, and you got to rent if you are using their camera. Yeah. I mean,
Don't
you
need
can
to.
use camera, no handphones.
Don't take a chance then with your phone.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Good night, everyone. Good night, Melinda.
Good night. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night, Kim.
Good night.